When I return to Let's Play Zeus, one thing I wasn't paying attention to last time was that we are way overpaying our people here. Unfortunately, that is having some impact upon my workforce, but I think we can afford to go high for now. High unemployment's a problem, but and we can also lower the buying of this. We'll just approach a top-off policy. Wine for 4. We're selling the sculpture, so that'll help offset. The sculpture alone, even if we only sell one, is going to pay for all of the other stuff that I'm buying. So we're fine there, and in fact, I don't think I actually need anything else there. Okay, so we were going to begin trying to put some houses in, weren't we? Okay. Well, let's get started with, I really hate to do... I'm trying to get away from the damn mining going on down here. I feel that's going to be somewhat unavoidable, so we'll just have to deal with what we got. So, that's not where we're going. Corinthian column, for right now. Can I put a house here now? I can, surprisingly. I will need to remove that. Don't know. It does appear that I'm going to be able to go the whole way. That's pretty cool. Bench. Bench there. We will do, I guess, park. You see what I'm saying here, that I'm going to have a little bit of room on this side for potential monument. Let's do more park. And I kind of want to do column somewhere. There's not going to be a reason to do so there. We'll just bring something like that back here. I can, of course, do even more. There's no reason to limit myself to this. Trying. I had it. I had it away from them. God damn it. Oh, that's not. This is no longer going to be a thing. So I think that'll work. Obviously this is bad appeal, so for now, until we get a new monument, and who knows if we will anymore, we'll just do something like that. We'll do a flower garden here, and then we'll just kind of throw some Corinthian columns in for whatever little appeal that's going to help with. Definitely not enough, so maybe I will just go ahead and do a backside thing here. I could potentially still keep this. I think I'm really going to have a limited... Well, not so much here. Let's see what the stadium does first before I go, because it may have bad appeal. I do not recall.
I'm Dionysus, god of the vine. Worship me, and fruits of the vine will burst forth.
Can do something like that. This will be the saving point for this side. How'd it do? It's not actually doing too bad, but I can't tell if it's coming off of this stuff or what. How is the college very appealing? I guess it's not actually a negative thing. But this seems to be doing very well. Surely it's not just this. That's really the only thing I've got going for it. These columns. This is bad appeal in the back here, but we'll fix that real quick. What's your deal? Need armor. Of course they do. Well, may as well just get that started then. Do arms, and we will put that in between. Well, I don't know. It's either the fleece gets in the wine, or the horseshit gets into the wine. I'll just put that there. We'll just have very itchy, uncomfortable wine. What do we got here? 5 unemployment, and that's at high. So it's definitely time to move these guys forward on the next evolution. So let's bring down an oil vendor and make that happen. We'll have to start using it eventually. So how's my administration now? Still a little bit bad here. Exports made quite a bit of money, so where did we lose it all? Was it still in the imports? How did we import that much, though? That's kind of what bothers me. Our importation is still so high. I'm not getting any fleece import. Am I really just relying on... I appear to be just relying on the tribute, which so far is working out for me, but we'll see in the next evolution here how well that works out, because... yeah... Again, why did it jump? So, competitors, they're not getting competitors. They're not getting actors. They're getting athletes and philosophers. So they don't need 3 culture, they only need 2.
Worship me, the feared Hades, and your city will glisten in the sun.
I thought they needed 3 to get to the max level, but they don't. We have tested this, and we have proven it. What is your deal? Appeal is so bad for this, it won't even go to apartment level. That's pretty funny. Well, I mean, this is an easy fix. We just kind of do one of these. Well, maybe not all the way. Maybe not all the way there either. Let's get this wall built. I guess I can... I mean, man, I really hate making it jaggy like this, but... we gotta get it out of there so that it can come up the side here. Okay. That will do. Oh good, I got another monument. Still not enough for this, so the only situation to really make it work would be here, and we can't, because I need it now for the theater, which is the one thing that I do not have. So we'll put the athletes monument over here. What did we win? How did we get that? We must have won the Nemean games. Huzzah! Okay, cool. So, yeah, unless I maybe, as I was saying, leave myself room for putting the wall around this way, which it seems like we will be doing. I can leave myself sort of a back way to make this appealing, put a statue here. That's literally the only thing I would be bulging it out for. This, I mean, it would not reach to this level. So the amount of people we have now at this high, which we can lower, is the people that we're going to have forever. And that's okay, because we really don't need to go that far. Hopefully this won't actually lower this further. I guess we're about to find out. Yeah. And I'm imagining that putting a Hades temple there... How is this? What is this coming from? Just the inspector? How is it spilling out the gates? I don't know that a Hades temple is actually going to make things better, to be honest, so... But, I mean, really, here, I could keep to my original walls. I don't think we appear to be having a problem. Whether they'll be able to get to the next... Yeah, okay, that's what I was thinking there. They can't get there without one more layer of appeal. So, I guess we do that. Oh, hey, I just got a population monument. Let's take out this, because that was initially where I was going to put this anyhow, and see what that does for appeal. They now need wine. Do they not have wine? I guess they don't.
I am Athena. Worship me, and a sacred grove will grace your city.
We'll now be taking that. How are we doing on... It's very hard to see now what I actually have. A little bit light on the fleece. Food, just enough. Pause. Okay, so we need to come in here now and expand upon this. We will add a few more onion farms. Maybe too much. Or not enough. really the goat population is only existing ultimately for the feeding of the temple, because otherwise why would I need it? I won't. Money-wise, colony is highly profitable. Okay, cool. Perfect. They need horses to evolve. Now, I don't know that I'll go that far. I could preemptively just put in more beautification, just kind of anticipate that being a thing, and then... I mean, why not? 1, 2, 3, so yeah, we could totally put it in here. It doesn't have to be like this, I could just knock that out, but whatever. Now, that means that we would be knocking out one more line of stuff. Well, before I go doing that, let's put in this line. And put in a Corinthian column along this. And so that's actually going to create a different kind of garden here. Let's for good measure take that out and put this flower garden here. And now I can put in a 3x3 park, because now I will be taking out this and putting in a dastardly amount of parks there. And shall we do... like so, to put in a... You know what, we'll put the gazebo over here. Sure. And how about more columns? Perfect. Okay. So yes, I guess we'll just end up tearing down more trees. I don't know, it's not really that big of a deal to remove the greenery from the map, it's just that you can't put it in, so it in a way becomes kind of a little bit of a commodity for breaking up, oh good grief, for breaking up the otherwise kind of bland terrain.
I'm Hermes. Worship me.
So we don't have any towers on this side. I could just run road out here. I think mechanically that would work. I actually think that would take it. Like I could just put towers there, and I think because the road would take it, it would count if I decided to man the towers. Which I'm not doing yet, of course. Okay, so this is the best we can do. This is the height of what the city will be from now on. Making sure that I did, in fact, leave room for another monument, which I now have. Which we must have won another game. Pythian Games. We did. Maybe I was just really bad at this game in the past, but I seem to be winning games a lot more than I have ever done so before. So how are we doing militarily? Close, we're getting there. I'm not selling the armor, am I? Would I do such a silly thing? Probably. Alright, well, we're doing okay there. We're getting tribute for fleece. Our consumption of fleece is the same. What is... okay. So I'm missing out on a little bit of fleece, but like I said, we're maintaining it. My armor production needs to be a bit more. It's just not working so well. One way to fix that, of course, would be to deal with Hephaestus. Alright, so where are we at? We need to do a thing with Larissa, which I currently have, correct? Yes. Okay, Hades. Hades will need 37, which means it's going to require more than what I currently have in storage. It will take more than a warehouse itself. Oh, good grief. Pause. grab that and only accept marble. We will also accept... well, it's going to have to be 8, isn't it? Well, I mean, in this situation, I could accept 5. 5 and only 5. It'll take me more than a year to get all of the pieces that I need, but I guess we'll have to start buying it now then. We're selling bronze. We're not selling any bronze because I don't have enough. So here's where we can kind of come back to the idea of turning this into a loop, except now I can't because I cannot block off this pathway. I may have boned myself just a little bit here. I'd have to move a mint over and actually put the road here, but then I could have a loop. That's probably what's going to have to happen, so let's go and do it, because I will still need somebody to look after the actual builders. So, here, not here, here. And we'll just run a road here and put my roadblocks there instead. And that does with that. So we need to get at least one more foundry because this is a little bit beyond that. I do have a monument. Why not just put a happiness monument right in the middle of that? Helps a little bit. I really wish I'd had some. I mean, I could push out the wall and put a monument here if I really needed to get the extra people. I don't really need the extra people at the moment. Let's get in a couple of the builders out here. That'll soak up some people. People that can then later be soaked up when I actually finish the temple. Let's put some random beautification in here. Getting that going. Alright, well, let's go look about the town whilst we are waiting. In fact, I may wish to kind of hold off on the selling of sculpture, but I think I'll have time enough to do that. So, anyway, what's going on in the stadium today? Flying discuses for 62 days. I feel like after a couple months you'd get tired of that. For 2 months, Aristophanes clouds. Again, 2 months seems a long time to be running a single show. What are they teaching at the college? I can't tell.
And a sacred grove will grace your city.
But we can go check out the podium and see what lectures are being given, if I can actually see it. Lecture, Socrates has some questions for you for the next 50 days. That's kind of funny, but... Oh, I was trying to click on a...
This city is like Ajax, head and shoulders above the rest.
This city is in the best shape, and you look marvelous, too.
Mentally, everyone's going crazy because of the constant pounding, again and again and again, all day, every day. I feel like it's probably one of those things, though, that you would eventually tone out to, because you would just be so used to it, kind of like trains. Like, I lived next to a train track, and trains are loud. I mean, yes, the horns, but the clickety-clack, and the diesels, and the brakes, the screeching brakes. A lot of people can't handle it. I don't even notice them anymore, to be honest. My current workplace, is actually pretty close to railroads going out through that industrial part of town. Yeah, I hardly notice the trains at all. So maybe they're all fine. Maybe they're all fine. I'm not, however. I cannot stand hearing that. It's loud. Okay, so how are we doing? We're still... Have I still not got my 24 marble? Okay, so I guess we're just... The new year just started, so here's the next guy. We're at 32. Only bought 8. Let's speed this up. 40 marble. Stop. Excessive. Don't need that much. 48 marble. Yeah, we'll just turn around and sell it. I know there's someone who can buy it. Bring this round here. We'll have the Gate of Hades. It'll just fit right in there. I could angle it out like this, but we'll have it kind of angled in. Everyone's coming in from the left, and so it'll face towards the entrance, and I think that'll be fine. I think that'll be... what? Undo. Gate of Hades. There you go. That'll also put the silver nodes there, and maybe I can have a few minters. Really, I mean, there's absolutely no excuse for me to ever be in the hole, because, good grief, we can make our own money, literally. So this will be kind of out and not really... I suppose I could have moved it away from the road and beautified the front end of the road a little bit, which would have actually probably helped the inside, because otherwise the appeal would just been
Choose me,
horrible.
and you'll never have to fear fire.
So 124 slabs of marble. Alright, well, we'll just be buying that for a while, and then what of wood? 24 of wood, so just a year's worth of wood. Yep, and so I guess we'll have you accepting wood as well. Well, no, we really shouldn't, because that's going to fill up with other things, although it never fills up with bronze. We don't even need this to be accepting bronze anymore, and nor do we need it to accept... Okay, let's just do that. That'll be the easier way of doing this. Accept 4 of those, but... that's not going to be enough. So we can accept 2. That'll be fine. We don't seem to be hanging on to more than that much anyway, and then we'll take the rest in wood. We don't even need to do that now that I think about it, because they'll take it straight off the trading post to where it needs to go. But, well, yeah, because they'll allow me to store as much as the maximum. Well, fine, you can just hang on to that. We won't need you. So we'll go back to accepting sculpture, and we'll boost that up a little bit. Looks like the miners, man, the miners are taking forever to get these guys filled. The foundries are constantly understaffed. Speaking of, I need to be getting some fleece. Who's the fleece? Use the fleece. Buy fleece. Buy 4 at a time? 4 at a time seems to be keeping all of the rest of this stuff filled, so I think 4 will be sufficient. We'll be buying some more of that. That'll be fine. Tribute paid. Oh, there we go. So yeah, I was just getting nervous for nothing. We really don't need that. The fact that I still had 6 of my 8 available, well, okay, 12. I guess I'm keeping 12 there. So I was still half. Yeah, we don't need to be buying this anymore. And like I said, the sculpture really seems to be doing a number on my industry for, well, keeping me slightly out of the hole. My import costs are going to be through the roof forever now, just because I'm importing so much marble and material. We appear to have all the wood we will need, so we don't need to be buying any more. And I guess I'll just hang on to what I've got. Okay.
Life doesn't have to be unpleasant.
Everyone,
Me,
I
and
think,
find out.
yep, that provides me with 2 companies of hoplites for a small mining town. I think that's more than sufficient. And I think this came out alright. I think it did turn out a little bit different than my original vision for it, but what else is new? Now, I realize I could speed this up a little bit more, but I'm kind of limited to my annual marble supplies, so I can't go too far with it, but I was thinking of maybe using some of this unemployment to build just another one of these guys, because it can be done. And food, thankfully, is plentiful. I mean, I would say superfluous, but, you know. So what was I thinking of buying from Naxos? Just wheat, I guess, because it sells wheat. I feel like no matter what I do, if I did that, putting a horse ranch out here would be too far.
Than to have your people well fed.
I feel like this is going to be too far. Maybe not. I mean, for the sake of completeness, I suppose we can do it.
My dearest, worship me.
I feel like a
and I'll make
trireme
your
would be necessary
soldiers
for this.
find great strength.
Let's do Naxos. And he should make it there. Just to be sure. I mean, Naxos is doing a great job of trading with us, so let's go ahead and just utilize it. And I will buy a small amount of wheat, and hopefully if I just limit it to 4 and don't have it go moving anywhere, it will stay right there. And we'll do a horse ranch, and this may all be for naught. We're about to find out. Isthmian games begin, okay? So we took the small bit of wheat, made a horse. I now have a horse. Of course, we'll have to get a horse trainer and see if that's too far away. It is not. Huzzah. So we'll slowly be turning our hoplite companies into cavalry units and maximize to estates, which does nothing really except for give me more tax revenue and provide me stronger units that will never be used. But whatever.
Worship me and find out.
Gotta fill in the time somehow. Okay. It's working out well. How are we doing? 4 slabs of marble. Oh, you're kidding me. Let's buy... I am 1 down. Buy 1. I will pay attention to it. We're in April. Oh my god, really? Really? Okay, 3 sculptures. Probably help myself out here if I was not selling them. Is that even what they're I mean, that's where they're standing. They're working on it there. Of course you do. "13 workers actually needed." We'll do a high rate there. Maybe that's what's holding things up.
My dearest,
Alternatively,
worship me, and I'll make your soldiers find
lower that
great
down. We don't
strength.
need one of you. In fact, we're probably going to have to do a little bit of a deletion here, because this is going to take up a huge amount of people. Remove. Still need 13 workers. Well, we no longer require this, I guess, because they'll just take this. Well, now hold on. That's a long way to take sculpture. But on the other hand, it does also take quite some time to create sculpture, especially since I've only got the 1 and this guy doesn't even have any bronze. So by the time he goes there and back with the sculpture directly from the sculpture studio, well, no, that does not seem to be how that works, is it? It doesn't have enough bronze. No, that is. So three loads is not enough to make another damn sculpture? Holy crap. Well, I feel comfortable getting rid of one of these, and we can definitely stop buying that. So can I sell this last block of marble? I can totally sell that last block of marble. Excellent. We will be sure to empty this immediately. So what does praying to him do? It allows Cerberus to come in, but Cerberus will come in anyway, won't he? He just appeared. Yeah, he's right there. Okay, well, whatever. Well, I mean, in that case, I suppose we've kind of hit our final everything, haven't we? That's sitting there. So we don't need you anymore because all you were hanging on to was stuff and things. So now I'm worker neutral, ish. I've got a little bit more that can come in. That must have meant that somebody did that. This one must have evolved. Interesting. Yeah, so we're kind of at the end of what we need to do here. I built the temple, I built the city. City's doing fine. We don't need to wait until it completely gets to full horses and whatever. I think we're done here. So back to the chore that is Larissa. But for a quick measure here, no, God, why do I keep doing that? Because in any other game, escape would bring up the menu. That's why. I'll do that, and we will set aside that. I probably should have waited until I was going to get my tribute, but we're done. Now that Smyrna's foundries and mints are thriving, you've decided to return to Larissa, where the ores and the goods that are manufactured from them will only serve to increase your wealth. Alright, I'm going to end this one here. I'll see you back in Larissa next time.